A&M Athletics. We wrap up this 70-56 win over the Georgia Bulldogs. We thank you for staying with us, as he does after every game. Buzz Williams joins us courtside. And Buzz, John and I were talking about this. That's as complete a game as Texas A&M has played, was it not, from start to finish?
Well, I'm just very thankful. I thought that our guys had the same connectedness and the same togetherness and the same fight. I think our staff has continued to stay on point in preparation, helping to hold our guys accountable. Our group has hung in there, and we're thankful to win. I don't know how much of it was good. I haven't really looked at any of this stuff, but I know that the togetherness and the fight and the things that are intangible, you could feel. And for us, that at least gives us a chance. And so it's been a long 2.5 weeks, and we're thankful that we kept hope alive.
You know, the thing is, this was the only way that you were going to turn it around, Buzz, by out-rebounding them, by making the decisions, by having that energy. God, Mo was so good. And you bring in Eli Lawrence, he hits a three. You bring in H, he hits that. You know, like, it was masterful, Buzz. It was just masterful.
Yeah.
Everybody who came in contributed.
Yeah, Jay Lee had an offensive rebound, I know.
Yeah.
Eli's shot was good.
Yeah.
And I thought we had 50 total rebounds, and our guards had 20 of those, which is really big. And yeah, I want to be careful that I, become the most talkative person after a win and don't have anything to say after a loss. I don't want to be condescending. The same things that I said to you guys after Wednesday's game, I thought we played with incredible fight, and I thought that was apparent. And South Carolina's a really good team, and for us to be able to go on the road and have that same fight after losing 5 in a row, I'm grateful. I'm thankful for the parents of our players and the character that they've raised these guys with. There wasn't a lot of things that were pretty, and it took literally every single one of us every single second. And so very, very, very grateful.
You know, one thing is this, Buzz, when you go through a course of a game, the ebb and flow, the break here, the call there. But I think tonight for 40 minutes, nobody got into the weeds. They just did. The effort was always there.
Yeah.
The pace was always there. The fight was always there.
I think sometimes, when you're completely backed into a corner, you kind of let things go easier of the things that you have no control over, because you're wise enough to realize that of the things that you can control after all that has transpired, it will take every ounce, cell that you have to give your absolute best on the things that you can control. And I think for their life, that's an unbelievable lesson, and they've continued to teach me and help me in that regard. And I thought we stayed together in so many ways. And
but one thing I'd like to get you to comment on this, because you teach this, but you can't call for it when you need it. It's when it's the transition and you're either hustling to get into play to make an offensive rebound, or you're hustling in a transition or to block a shot. And whether it was Wildens or whether it was Solo, whether it was Manny, whether it was Tyrese, there was up and down the floor getting back or attacking.
Yeah, I thought the game at times was a little too fast for us, and we're trying to play with more pace, and it's a delicate balance. We call it the gray area. And as I tell them, guys, I have to trust you when it's gray, relative to time, relative to score, relative to momentum. I'm giving you my trust. And I think 4 has an incredible feel of that. There were a couple of times on misses, what we call transition. I was saying that, and Forrest looking at me like, horns. Yes, sir, horns. And I think the last both games this week, the pace in some ways has helped us. Georgia's roster is completely different in regards to their personnel and their style of play. They preferred to play fast, and South Carolina is the slowest team in Power 5, and so some of the pace that we wanted against South Carolina was purposeful, and it brought good things for us. Some of the pace tonight, it doesn't always help us if we don't get fouled, if we don't have a chance to get an offensive rebound. I think within that pace, our guys have done a really good job in the turnover rate. And I think some of that, we've played with a low turnover rate. I think we had 4 turnovers against South Carolina. And I think some of the pace in what we're doing defensively has created maybe a percentage or 2 more turnovers for us, which is a good thing. I just admire the guts. And
I mean, fighting for loose balls, getting somebody trying to rebound over you, blocking out, all those nitty-gritty things nonstop the entire 40 minutes.
Yeah, we had really good energy, really good fight. I think some of the routine adjustments that we made aided in that. I think our guys were very receptive. Obviously, you guys saw some of those things, and you never know the expected value of something when it's not part of what you do. But when you have been going through what we're going through, I don't like wearing a pullover, and I feel guilty, and I feel as though I'm disrespecting the game. Like I was telling Corey, I thought we played with incredible fight. I know that there's no causation based on what I wear. But just anything.
Right.
You're searching for anything. And
for them, not for you.
Yeah, I in truth, guys, in truth, I probably don't have the wherewithal on some of the things that some coaches do. I understand all that's at stake. I am probably too self-aware, and I understand the exposure. I understand everything. But my heart is convicted to try to be the model when things are hard. How do you respond? And for our guys to continue to fight and to strive to be their best and to not splinter and to not blame and to not complain and to not try to defend themselves and to keep showing up every day, and for our staff to continue to find tweaks and adjustments. How can we gain a possession? How can we prevent a bad possession? I just maybe it's because of how my parents raised me. I respect that, and I never thought it was going to turn into all of this, and I understand what comes with all of this, and I'm grateful for all of this, but in between the lines and the relationships and the togetherness and the fight and the trust and the love, my responsibility is to love these guys, good or bad. And my responsibility within loving them also includes telling them the truth, good or bad. And my responsibilities don't change regardless of the opinions of those outside of us and regardless of the results. And I understand the short-livedness of what we have done and what could be done, and I'm fine with all of that. But I want to be held accountable. Am I giving everyone within our organization the best opportunity to be their best without making it about me in any sense? And I'm thankful we won, but I'm so thankful that we won the way that we did. Because to your point, Monaco, in truth, that's the only way we can.
Right.
And for us to hang in there and have such great belief in this is the hard way is the right way, and for them to fight through all of this difficulty and hang in there, it's gratifying.
Happy fight means a happy flight home. Buzz, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You got it. Buzz Williams joining us courtside as he does after every game.